Hello my friends, and welcome to a new episode of video wine tasting. Today we're gonna taste the wine from Bourgueil, which comes from the Loire Valley, a very famous wine producing region in France. Of course, an old world wine. About 200 years ago, when it all started, well, it was planted there about, let's say, 1,000 years ago. But 200 years ago, there was a cross between the Cabernet Franc, which is the grape in the Bourgueil region, and Sauvignon Blanc, which it was a cross between the two that created the Cabernet Sauvignon we all know. Now, I bet just a few of you probably tasted Cabernet Franc as a standalone varietal. It's very hard to get, and it develops a lot of shapes, a lot of forms. Now in France, exactly grows in Bordeaux, of course, where it's blended with Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot to give us a great, the great Bordeaux wines. But it also grown. This is a map of France that I'm holding here, roughly. I don't know if you can see it from there, but the green part, this is Paris right here, and the green part is the Loire Valley. Now here in the Loire Valley, it happens that I have a second map that is a little bigger than the first one. This is the Loire Valley, and our wine, it comes from this area right here, which is orange, exactly where the Loire River splits. As I said, the village is called Bourgueil. It's a small little village, a little over 4,000 inhabitants in there, but the wine that comes out of that village, the red wine, it has its own appellation, and it's a Cabernet Franc. Now we're gonna go ahead and taste it to see how it looks like. I'm gonna put a little more. It's not enough. There we go. Looks good. I can tell at the first sight the pigment is much lower than the pigment in a Cabernet Sauvignon, and I also expect the tannin level to be a little lower. It's a wine that it should be drink young, so it didn't develop quite the orange rim. Again, the alcohol level, the legs are slow to fall, but the alcohol level, it's an indication that the alcohol level it's not so high. Matter of fact, it says on the bottle it's 12.5%. Let's see the nose of the wine. Of course, old world up front. We have a lot of bell pepper going there. We have a lot of herbs, a lot of fall leaves, wet tree bark. It's definitely a good representative for the old world wines. Let's taste the wine. Exactly as I was expecting. Very low level of tannins. It's an infusion of tea, this wine. A lot of herbs, a lot of slightly peppery also, I can say, and a little bittery on the finish. This wine, I'm impressed. It's a pretty good wine, although it's meant to be drink young. I also recommended the serving temperature of this wine. It's not the room temperature that we know. It should be slightly chilled. To end up, now I would like, as usual, to make a personification of this wine. The reason I do this is because, see, I have a photographical memory much more developed than my regular memory. So if I make an image in my head after I taste the wine, it creates an image in my head that makes me remember the wine much faster. And I would say this wine, it's an old French guy, you know, with the little hat on one side in a late fall. It's raining outside, it's very cold outside, but he stays inside, and you know, watches the fire, a candle lit there, and he smokes the pipe. This is what this wine represents to me. Well, thank you very much for watching with me this little video, and I'm waiting on your comments. Please leave your comments and let me know what kind of wine you want to taste next time.